what we like to share with you is our approach to project design and development, which is actually a problem-solving approach. We believe projects are designed to solve problems. And that's why and we think in these terms, we think where we are, and we know intuitively where we want to get, this ideal situation where we want to get, and where our project is expected to lead us. And what is a problem that we will try to solve is an obstacle which prevents us from getting from this situation where something around has to be changed because it's a need or a problem to a number of people, and the ideal desired situation in the future. So we believe that problems which are well analyzed and looked at are half solved, as is the common wisdom. So, and we believe that projects, as I said, are problem-solving processes, which is the art of filling the gap between this existing situation and this desired future. Therefore, in your project, you will have to look at two sides of the coin, the existing situation, and analyze it in detail, and you will have to explain what is the desired situation, where do you aim to go. As I was saying, a very useful instrument for doing that is the problem tree. The problem tree is something you developed looking at your main problem, which is a starting point of your whole project. For instance, let's say lack of jobs. Lack of jobs, it's a problem. This problem has a number of causes and a number of effects which you will have to reflect upon. What could be the causes of lack of jobs? It could be the lack of investments. It could be the lack of entrepreneurship. It could be the lack of skills about how to set up and establish a company. It would be an issue of a legal environment which makes registering a company very difficult and creating workplaces very difficult, yes. What are the effects of the lack of jobs? Such an important problems, of course, has significant effects, such as poverty in families, which attracts in itself a number of other problems, such as, I don't know, alcoholism, domestic violence, child negligence and abuse, and so on. So when you do your problem tree, you have to arrange all the aspects I mentioned in a logical order, which will express the relationship of cause and effect between the two. Why are we doing that? It's because we want to treat as much as possible the causes of a problem and not their effects. We want not to fill in the holes, but we want to treat the cause which is generating the holes. So although it may seem a difficult intellectual exercise, this is really very helpful because, and sometimes we do this exercise intuitively by looking at various aspects of our problem and using another useful tool, which is a dialogue with a problem. You can talk to your problem like with a partner or with an enemy and find out details about this problem. Where is this problem appearing? When is it appearing? Whose problem is it? And who should deal with that problem? Are there other stakeholders interested in this problem or affected by this problem? And this would lead us to another element of our project design, which is identifying the stakeholder of our problem, which will become the stakeholders of our project, yes? Looking at our stakeholders are persons, organizations, institutions, which have a stake in your problem, an interest in solving this problem or are affected by this problem, it is critical to get their support for our problem issue. Yeah? So looking at our stakeholder will help us identify our partners as well. So we recommend that you do a clear stakeholder identification for the problem you will be addressing, and do a map of stakeholders interested, and decide which of them will be the target groups of your project, which will be beneficiaries of your project, which will be indirect beneficiaries of your project, and which could become your partners that could contribute important resources to your project. Coming back to our problem tree, once we have arranged the different issues which have a cause and effect relationship, we may look at our problem tree and we may identify which is the problem that we in our small or big project will be addressing, the key problem that we will be addressing. This problem will have to be described in detail in the section of the application which is called Justification. There you have a number of topics which you have to address, such as needs, policies, programs that are concerned with the problem, and this will be the basis of convincing the evaluators that your problem is relevant, makes sense, there is a real need for your project. Starting from your problem and your problem analysis and your problem tree, you will be able to develop your objectives as well. Because objectives are the situation when your problem is solved. They are the reverse side of your problem solved, yes? Doing a mirror image of your problem tree transposing it into an objective tree, you will be able also to identify the outputs, which are the lower scale on your objective tree, the outcomes, and the ultimate objectives, which sometimes are called purposes or aims of your program, of your project.